Yes, guys, and welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102. Wonderkids re-evaluated. Now, there's a lot of discussions and different opinions about who is a Wonderkid, who turns into a Wonderkid. And I think there's certain things that a lot of people do forget. You know, like you might start a save and you might have a player who's an absolute fucking gem. Write his name down. The next time you start a new save, go to that player and he's a complete bag of shit. You've got to remember something, right? There are some youngsters, not just youngsters, this is actually the case for players as well, but a youngster will have a PA. Now, if he hasn't got a PA, let's say it's a 0 in the editor, a 0 means it's going to be randomised. So you may start a save and he might be a fucking amazing player, which then, you know, makes you think, oh, brilliant. And then the next time you do it, you go to him, you buy him, and he's shit. So, in respect of Wonderkids, it really is a case of knowing what the current update is. I've used the current update as a test save here. And it's really a case of knowing who the current youngsters are. Remember now, youngsters is really, I mean, in theory, is under 20 years of age. Now, I've been through this before, but let's go into it a little bit more. Let's go into the school search. And that's how you write your school search in on the Find Player filter bar with a capital S. This will filter out all players under 20 years of age, and 19 and under. Now, mine is patched with a patch from the forums, which is basically, it filters out all the under 20s that don't have a PA of at least 180. So you could argue, oh, but there might be a great PA under 20 who's 175, so he won't appear. That's the risk I take. So in respect of, you know, re-evaluating a Wonderkid, right? So let's look at this. Now I look at this every time I start a new game, and you always see the same players on it because they're, you know, like Endrick, for example. Mikey Moore at Tottenham, he's always on it. But there are players that appear on it that you think, who the fuck is that? And why is he a random team? So look, we've got a player there, Josh Edwards. So there you go, good example here. Josh Edwards. Who the fuck is Josh Edwards? Now, if I look at the editor, I know for a fact Josh Edwards would have a PA of 0. The game's loaded and he's got a PA. Probably it's going to be 180, 185, something like that. So, you know, this is how you can assess, really, unearth these gems. Some of these you can see, I mean, a lot of them will always be the same players, but as you play a save and go deeper into it, this is a great tool, you know. You've got to remember, though, don't always take this for granted, because you can find youngsters, without doing this. And like I said, if you find a youngster whose PA is 170, he won't be on this list. But it's and I had a discussion with Gary Johnson about this yesterday, and this is a massive one, an absolute massive one, is going to the under 21s. Now I find, right, on the update, I think France is a good nation to go to when you're a couple of years in. On the ODB, I feel it's France, I feel it's Holland. But you can find some absolute gems in the under 21s. And in all fairness, right, this can be really beneficial if you're playing a long-term save where you can find some absolute fucking beauties. You really can. And you can go with all the European teams from here. I'm sure you already know all this, but you can find some absolute gems. What I do personally, I will do it like, I'll have a rough idea of value. So we've got a £19.5 million there, 19 and a quarter, in the under 21s for Spain. Now, he's obviously going to be Barcelona or Real Madrid. And then, you know, value doesn't mean anything, though. Just remember, value doesn't mean everything. So you've got to look, you've got to assess, really. You might be looking for a striker. I find goalkeepers is always good to look at in France. And so on and so on. Very, very important. But it's just a little bit of really having the know-how. But you can really get some absolute gem of Wonderkids. But don't forget, right? Don't forget. And if you are looking at Wonderkids long term, right? Look at the 0 to 21s. But just remember, when you do it on this way, the player search, just remember that you're only looking, right here, famous players. Now, you'll notice I've not put interested, because you might not be looking to buy someone. You might be looking to just add someone to your shortlist. And there you see, 0 to 21, Camavinga, 21 years of age. £51 million. Yamal's always going to be on there. 17. He's just fucking insane. But as I said on a different video, use your attributes. Use your free attributes to try and find it. Just be a little bit more smarter. And that's it then for Wonderkids Reevaluated. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, from me, take it easy.